BCCI Chief Jagmohan Dalmiya is no more. Dalmiya passed away at a Kolkata hospital. 75-year-old Dalmiya was in BM Birla Hospital since Thursday. He was admitted after he complained of severe chest pain. Mamata Banerjee, Chief Minister of Bengal, has tweeted on his demise. She has said, and I quote, "Sad Jagmohan Dalmiya ji passes away. He was a giant amongst the sport administrator and true lover of Bengal. On my way to pay my respects. Rest in peace." Unquote. Rajiv Shukla, member of the BCCI and IPL chairman, spoke to us just a while back, and this is what he had to say.
I mean, we are completely shocked to know this news, because yesterday only I had spoken to his son, and he told me that his condition is improving a lot. He's only under observation and soon he'll be going back home. We all were satisfied with that medical report. But suddenly it will happen, I had never realized. And this is what something which we can't even think of. And now there will be massive, a great vacuum as far as Indian cricket is concerned and the world cricket is concerned. Because his contribution to world cricket was also immense.
Let me quickly go across to Mr. Ranveer Mahendra, who is joining us on the phone line. He's a former BCCI chief. Sir, it's a sad day for Indian cricket indeed. One of our top cricket administrator, Mr. Jagmohan Dalmiya, is no more. Mr. Mahendra,
Hello.
Can you hear me, sir?
Hello.
Sir, I was just asking that Mr. Dalmiya, who is our top cricket administrator, he's no more. Sad day for Indian cricket.
It is shocking news. I'm very shocked to hear this sad news. Mr. Dalmiya's contribution as far as the board is concerned can never be forgotten. Whatever the board is today, that is because Mr. Jagmohan Dalmiya is, I think, responsible for that. Not only Indian cricket, but I must say about ICC. When he became the chairman of ICC, at that time, the financial position of ICC was also not healthy. And now ICC and Indian Cricket Board, both are on sound footing. He was a great administrator, great fighter, and he was always having soft corner for the players also. So,
okay.
The vacuum created in his death will never be filled up, I must say.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your views on the sad demise of Mr. Dalmiya. Former Indian cricket captain and legend Kapil Dev is now on the phone line with us. Mr. Dev, a sad moment for everybody, for all the fans of Indian cricket and also for everybody who has been associated with the sport. How do you remember Mr. Dalmiya?
I think in my mind he is one of the finest administrators ever India had, not only in cricket, in any sports, I would say. I was very lucky to work with him and share a lot of time. I never seen a better administrator. His working ethic was so good, unbelievable. He could work almost 20 to 20 hours every day. His paperwork was too good. I admire him. Lost to everybody, the cricket lover. I think he was one of those administrators who brought money into the game and made cricket so big.
Sir, you know, he was also one of the men who was responsible to bring the 1987 World Cup to the subcontinent. A man who is said he took Indian Cricket Board to great heights and also worked a lot for the players. So what other memories would you like to share with us of Mr. Jagmohan Dalmiya?
I think when you say he's one of the finest administrators of the world even, I think if I have to pick all-time 10 top administrators, he will be one of them. So that says everything in that. Yes, he done everything. I think he liked to work a lot. He knew his paperwork very well. He knew his law very well. So I think it's a great loss to the cricket board and to Indian cricket. I think he was one of the finest administrators. I don't want to say more than that, but it's a great loss to us.
I'm sure it's a difficult time for you also, sir, personally. You knew him personally. So where do you see this vacuum being filled now left by Mr. Jagmohan Dalmiya? It will be, I mean, almost impossible for anybody else to fill that vacuum. But how do you see, the legacy of Mr. Dalmiya being carried forward?
I think the cricket board really done well. I remember those days when cricket board didn't have anything. They were struggling. I think now they reach to the level where they can't struggle, but they have to really go to the better heights now. And, one have to understand that there are people whom you follow and admire them. I will always admire him, and vacuum what we had, that is very difficult, and I think he set the standard so high. That's why we are ruling the Indian world cricket also, Indian cricket also, administration also, ICC also, thanks to Jagmohan Dalmiya, one of the finest administrators.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kapil Dev, for joining us with your thoughts on Mr. Jagmohan Dalmiya. So a vacuum that has been, a huge vacuum in fact, has been left behind. Bore, I was just speaking to Mr. Kapil Dev, and he also said that the cricket board, he did unthinkable things in the cricket board. He brought a lot of money to the Indian cricket board, and of course that benefited everybody. Taking it forward, Boria, how would the world of cricket remember Jagmohan Dalmiya as? What will be his biggest legacy?
He thinks, one, he transformed Indian and global cricket. He made it the sport that makes careers. I mean, till Jagmohan Dalmiya became the head of the ICC, it was a body that did not have money. And Ankit, you very well know that unless sport is commercialized today, there is no success. So Jagmohan Dalmiya deserves all the credit for that too. He gave cricketers their due. He started a lot of schemes to benefit cricketers. And the BCCI is known as the richest cricket board in the world and the most powerful cricket body. That is singularly owed to Jagmohan Dalmiya. And finally, this is a very personal one. I would say that, he wanted to bring back credibility. There were issues. I mean, he wasn't able to in his last stint to do everything that he wanted because of his health and everything else. But in terms of intent, and I can...
Okay, we've lost that line with Bore Majumdar. Madan Lal, former Indian cricketer and a member of that World Cup winning team in 1983, is now on the phone line with us. Mr. Madan Lal, how do you remember Jagmohan Dalmiya, a huge loss to the Indian cricket?
Yeah, definitely a huge loss, because I remember him a lot, because I worked with him quite a lot, because when I was a coach.